It's not over. It's not over. So, your parent has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, or some form of dementia. Some people see that as being some type of death sentence. But I'm here to tell you today, by the grace of God, it's not over. Okay? So research has shown that the Alzheimer's and the dementia, mentally, there's some type of brain defect, brain disease that affects their recall, affects some of their behaviors, affects some of their mood, especially affects their memory, which ultimately affects their functioning. But according to the research and according to observations, it's cyclical. So what does that mean? That means that there's good to go along with the bad. So it's not all bad. So that's why I say it's not over, because it's not all bad. There are good days. Of course, there are bad days, but it's not all bad. Okay? So when someone is diagnosed with Alzheimer's, they may be living on their own initially. They may be blessed enough to have a partner, whether it be a husband or a wife, or they may have children that are caregivers for them, that are caring for them. And oftentimes, the children are in denial initially. And as a result, sometimes the children can be overburdened. They may feel that it's too much for them. Because those bad days can be really bad. Those bad times can be really bad. Those bad moments can be really bad, depending upon the mood, the reaction, the temperament of that particular adult, that particular parent. It can be really bad. But what happens is, if you spend more time, as you spend more time with that person, you realize that there is a cycle. You realize there's certain things that can trigger the good. There's certain things that can trigger some of the memory, some of the good times, some of the good interactions, some of the laughter, various things that you'll see over time. But you have to spend time with them. If you just have short snapshots, you may unfortunately only see the bad stuff, only see them in some type of zombified phase, some type of phase where they're kind of in a daze, they're spaced out, they don't notice you. But if you spend more time with them, then you get to see the good. And generally speaking, the good outweighs the bad. Oh my goodness, the good outweighs the bad. You may have a parent that has Alzheimer's, dementia, and they may be mute for a lot of the time, but all of a sudden they're singing a particular song. Something comes on the radio, it triggers a memory, and they start singing. A certain song might be on, and it may trigger them dancing. Okay? They may see something on TV that reminds them of something, gets their attention, kind of snaps them out of it a little bit, and they may start laughing. So you never know, but you got to be there in order to see those things. Now, generally speaking, they have problems with new stuff. They have problems with problem solving. But that memory, a lot of times that long-term memory is still in there. But as a caretaker, you've got to be there in order to experience and be able to enjoy some of that long-term memory when it comes back to them. A lot of historical information is still there. I mean, if you ask them about some of their siblings growing up, you ask them about their parents back in the day, you ask them about some things that occurred during your childhood or some of the earlier days, they still have those memories. They're in there. And those memories are clear. They can be crystal clear compared to some of their memories of what they did yesterday or the day before or what they did moments before. So the long-term memory is still there. And so you can enjoy some of that with them, but you have to spend time with them. So I say it's not over, meaning that there's still enjoyment to be had. That parent is still in there. They're still inside. Now, they're not going to be that way 100% of the time. And so you have to get over that expectation. Once you can get over that expectation that things are not going to be like they used to be, once you can learn to appreciate the good times, the good memories, the good interactions that go along with the bad stuff, then you can really have a fulfilling interaction. You can really have a fulfilling interaction with that individual, and you can really find joy in it. And so that's why I say it ain't over. Thank you, God. Glory be to God that it's not over. Thank goodness.